Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom to the hopeful elect. You Hebrew Israelites, the 144,000. Gotta give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qurash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Aqua for our listening and learning. I'm Mike Zayu, coming into another lesson in truth, fact, faith, and edification. And this is a real short video. I'm not going to be that long. I just had one point to make. Because of these Edomites, these North American Edomites, are destroying the economy, are destroying the world with their democracy, with their legislations and policies. And every other nation is sick of being puppets for these elites. Okay? Now overall, the elites controls both sides of the war. The elites control everything about how these politicians and the governments run the world. All this is controlled by the elites. And the elites are controlled by who? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So this is a spiritual thing that's going on, man, with these Edomites. So when you read Mark chapter 3, they tell you that Satan's house shall be divided. And they cannot stand, man, because when they are divided amongst themselves, their house cannot stand. Now, this is Proverbs 28, verse 1. No, Proverbs 28 and what is it? Proverbs. Let me see. Proverbs 29 and 2 is lucky. When the righteous are authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And who's controlling the earth? The elites, the Edomites, man. Okay, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judge thereof. If not, wherein who is he? So, who's controlling the earth? The elites, Edomites. Starting with the Rothschilds. And when you read Revelation 11:18, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah said they will destroy them that is destroying the earth. Who's destroying the earth? The Edomites, man. So Proverbs 29:2 again, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. So nobody rejoicing right now, man. Okay? But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So the earth is being ruled by the wickedness, man. By the wicked, which is who? The Edomites, man. So when you go to Jeremiah chapter 50, and first I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to bring Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 12 out. So Lord's willing, let's be edified.
U.S. had been negotiating an FTA with the EU, so what's prompting this latest announcement?
That's right. The Trump administration is again ratcheting up pressure on the EU over subsidies to their aircraft manufacturer. The U.S. Trade Representative's office today released a statement saying that they're seeking comments for proposed new tranche of tariffs on nearly $4 billion in EU goods. Now, of course, we remember that the Trump administration did something similar back in April, calling for a proposal of $11 billion in tariffs. The EU and the U.S. have a history of fighting over their aircraft manufacturers. They've been locked in this 14-year WTO disagreement, and with both sides accusing each other of illegally subsidizing the aircraft manufacturers. So this does seem to be the latest twist and turn in this.
Greg, apart from aircraft manufacturing, what else is on the list, and how serious of an escalation does this represent?
Oh, that's right. So the dispute itself is over their aircraft manufacturers, but on the list of potential tariffs are several items from the EU, including Irish and Scotch whiskies, pork products, cheeses, milk, even some metals, including copper. It's a pretty wide-ranging list. There's about 89 what they call subheadings for different types of products. As far as whether this is a big escalation, it's certainly likely to annoy the EU, but it's potentially not the biggest escalation. Of course, in Trump's tariff battle with China, the numbers are much larger, but this is certainly not going to be taken well.
So you got Trump. Hey, listen, man. This is U.S. plans tariff on $4 billion on EU goods, man. Okay? How the hell you gonna put tariffs on EU, man? Hey, this Edomite is terroring Iran, China. You talking about EU, man? Okay, the European Union. Okay, this is listen, that's how you know this is a game, man. Why would the elites start with the Rothschilds let Trump do this right here, man? This is Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Who bared North America, man? EU, man. Okay? I'm talking about the head. The head, man, which is the Rothschilds. Again, Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrow, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. Now, you got this devil putting $4 billion tariffs on the EU. Listen, man. That's why these nations is finna rock North America with missiles, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Okay, so North America have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all nations to drink, man. Of what? Of their democracy, their policies, their legislations, okay, their philosophies. It say Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay? Therefore the nations are mad, man. Couple precepts. Show you how mad these nations is, man. And man, listen, man. These Edomites are proud as hell, man. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. And it reads, the pride of that heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Okay, my point is verse 7. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, they say, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Have brought thee even to the border, man. Okay? Listen, man. That, hey, you nations, these Edomite nations, and these other heathen nations is finna fight, man. Okay, so all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Who was at peace with North America? All these nations, Russia, China, Iran, Syria, Turkey, India, Venezuela. All these nations were at peace with North America, man. Okay? It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. How did the other nations eat their bread? They sell all their merchandise over here, man. Okay? They that eat their bread, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay? Listen, man. The Lord is finna have these nations to rock you North American Edomites off the map, man. Okay? And this thing is spiritual. Now this is Revelation chapter 18. Now this is going back to Jeremiah 51. So let me read Revelation 18, and I'm going to start at verse 4. Now I'm going to jump back to Jeremiah real quick so I can read this verse again. So this is Jeremiah again, 51 and verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They have made all the earth drunken through their democracy, their legislation, their policies, their philosophies. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay, the nations are mad, okay? That's why I say all the men that were at peace with thee have brought thee even to the border, okay? And have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Now, Obadiah 1:7 say they have prevailed against thee. Meaning what? Hey, in the vision, man, North America was destroyed, man, okay? Now, this Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. For her sins has reached unto heaven, which say the same thing in Jeremiah 51st chapter. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and power have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you. This is what the Lord telling other nations. And double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. Now she did that to the Israelites, right? Because they tell you in Jeremiah 49, right? Matter of fact, let me read it. Jeremiah 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, which is the Israelites. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Talking about you Edomites, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Okay, so you Edomites is going to drink of that cup, man. Okay, and the Lord is going to have these other nations to put that work in for him, okay? Now, when you go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 9, it reads, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. Mainly who? Russia, China, Iran, man. Okay? North Korea as well. I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, which is North America. Okay, Mystery Babylon, Virgin Daughter Babylon, whichever one you want to pick. Babylon the Great. An assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, the arrow shall be as a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. So, hey, what's them arrows? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Hey, so I just want to do a little short lesson, because these Edomites have the pride of all prides, man. Okay? Now you telling me U.S. plans tariffs on 4 billion of EU goods? Come on, man. This is the reason I did this lesson, because this showing you the pride of these Edomites. And this is one of the reasons. Well, it's mainly because North America, what they did to the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, the so-called Negro, Latino, the American, West Indian Haitians. But this showing you one of the reasons North America will be destroyed. This is why they say all the nations have drunken of your wine. All the nations are angry, man. Okay? Listen, man. I'm watching this guy, George Galloway. He said he lost count on how many countries that North America has put sanctions on, man. The pride of these devils, man. And so with that, I got to give our praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth to the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Aqua for listening and learning. These Edomites in North America, and all the Edomites around the country, man, okay? These Edomites is the reason North America is going to be destroyed off the face of the earth, man, okay? And if you do not flee from this place spiritually, you will be destroyed, man. Shalom.